Hi everybody, this is Dr. M. Jayaprakash Vel, Associate Professor and Head in the Department of Marine Biotechnology, Amet University. I am here presenting you the basic overview about the various publication avenues which are in front for a research scholar. Nowadays, publications are one of the important metrics which decides the research accomplishments. Everywhere the quality of publications is considered as the most important criteria, and particularly for the research scholars who are entering into the field of research need to know what are all the various avenues are there before their research career to publish different articles. So, in this lecture I would like to give you a brief overview about the various avenues are there for the publications. What are all the materials which are qualifying to be published? So, whichever comes from original research or whichever comes from the actual research which has the capacity to be communicated to the entire world qualifies for a publication to be presented in research journals. So, there are very many opportunities are there for different kinds of research reports or different kinds of research articles or different kinds of research manuscripts or even review manuscripts are also there to be published. So, in this lecture I would like to point out few aspects where and all you can publish and what and all you can publish and what and all you can do for enhancing your publication aspects. So, before actually going into the publication aspect, you need to undertake few research aspects. That means you have to do some kind of research work. It may be a literature survey, it may be an experimental work, or it may be a field survey, or it may be a market survey. So, anything will be there, but actually there should be some kind of research should be there for a quality publication. So, for designing a short term research projects which will leads into a publication, you need to think locally. That means you have to address the local problems and your act should be on global. That means you are communicating to a very much global audience. So, you have to always keep in mind that you have to think local and act globally. So, look around you. So, you can find the problems in and around you. So, you can find the day to day life, there are many problems are there related to your field. So, whatever your field may be, if you look at if you closely look at the atmosphere or surrounding, you will be finding very many problems. So, you can find solutions for those problems and those solutions can be a research publications. You need to be realistic, do not be over ambitious. That is also to be taken in care. You have to read more, you have to discuss a lot to refine your publication or to refine your research work. So, now we will see what are the different types of forums available for publications. So, you have the firstly journals. Journals are one of the most important avenues for research or review publications. Next comes your dissertations or thesis, maybe your undergraduate dissertation or your PhD thesis. It is a publication and you can publish books or also you can publish chapters in books which are edited by other authors. You can also publish your articles or opinions in the magazines and you can also present the papers or your opinions in the various forums such as conferences, symposia and seminars. These are also called as publications. And you can also publish in abstract books or proceedings which are released during the conferences or some symposiums. You can also submit the research reports. For example, some of the teachers or students would have been granted a few projects to do some work. So, those final reports can also be a publication and the reports comes out from the project outcome are also a publication. And you can publish in newsletters. Many of the agencies, many of the associations or many of the research organizations, they bring their own newsletters. In newsletters also you can present your findings, and more importantly in the recent internet era, you have another avenue called blogs. You can run your own blog, which otherwise I would say you can run your own journal. You can also start a blog and write research aspects or review aspects. That can be also be a publication. We have seen journals are the most important forum for research publications, and there are many types of journals are there. Firstly, you have print journals. They are very conventional in nature. They are published from very long period, maybe 600 to 500 years publication or history publications are also there with the category of print journals. And you have online journals, the journals which are projected through internet. And you have some of the journals which were released both in print as well as online format. You have some journals called e-journals, which are otherwise called as open access journals. That means the access is completely free. You can download the articles or you can read the articles free of cost. Whereas in the first two category, print or online journals, the article reading or article downloading or article usage may require some kind of fee. Article fee may be there. But these open access journals would not have any fees for reading or writing. There are some journals which will publish only the review articles. So, these are some of the kinds of journals which are available for publication. If you come to the periodicity of the journals, they may be a weekly journal, they may be a monthly journal, or maybe a quarterly or annually. Some of the journals are also published once in 4 years, some of the journals are published whenever a conference is being conducted. So, these are the different aspects of journals which were based on the periodicity of the journals. So, when you aim for publishing a research article in a journal, you have to look into few aspects, like firstly you have to do the small study on the journal's submission policy. Some journals require soft copy or online submission. Some journals will accept only by hard copy, that is through post you have to send. So, you have to decide whether you are which journal is asking which kind of submission. So, mostly nowadays in the internet era, all the journals are now switched into the online submission, that is soft copy you can submit for publication. Next thing you have to look into is the page charges. Some of the journals are asking page charges. I would like to make a clarification over here. Usually scholarly journals which were published quite a long period and have very good stand in the research quality, they do not ask any money for publication. They publish articles without any page charges. But still there are some journals which are classified as open access journals, which meant for disseminating the articles free of cost to the entire world. They ask some money as article processing fee. It is a valid point one also, because the journal publishing company they make a good amount of investment to produce one article. So, that article they are releasing into free of cost for the entire world. So, the author has to burn the article processing fee. So, this is one kind of articles are there. Some of the journals require page charges for color illustrations only. So, even though their journals are having subscription charges, they go by taking some small nominal charges for publishing the color images only. But mostly we can conclude that the scholarly journals will not ask any money for any publication, they publish free of cost. Yeah, there are some key considerations you have to keep in mind before you are publishing. One thing is, the most important thing is journal impact factor. So, you have to look into the journal which is having valid impact factor. Most of the journals which are very scholarly in nature, they have very good impact factor. The Science Citation Index or Scopus Index, these are the major indexing services, publication metric services, which will notify the impact factor of the research journals. So, you have to first very sure about the impact factor of the journals. So, the impact factor of the journals directly reflects the quality of the journal. If the impact factor is more, it is obviously understood that the quality of the journal, the reach of the journal will be more. And then you have to look into the another factor, that whether the journal is having online submission facility. And The most important thing, another thing is you have to look into the availability of online version. This means most of the journals are publishing nowadays articles ahead of publication. That is, when the article is scheduled for about 3 months later, they publish the articles in advance in online platform. So, this will make your article to get a wider coverage. That means most people will now look into the online sources only for article searches. So, in that case, when your article is available in the online, it facilitates more reading for your article, and it will create more audience for your article, and directly it will impact on the citations of your article. So, nowadays, apart from the impact factor, the citation index are also considered as one of the important factor for a publication. So, when your article needs to have more citations, you have to see whether the journal is publishing the articles in online as a full text. And the most important one in the key consideration point is you have to look into the editorial scope. Many people will just look at the journal title only, thinking that this journal title is related to their research work, but there are very minute nuances are there. For editorial policy, there are editorial policies are there, they will accept these kind of articles only. So, you have to read the editorial policy or editorial scope, what kind of research articles or what kind of research areas or what kind of subject specializations they concentrate more. So, these aspects you have to keep in mind before you submit your article into a journal, that is what called as editorial scope. Next to the journal articles, I would consider conference or symposia or seminar participation as one of the most important criteria for research publications, because the conferences or symposia or seminar presentations are the most frequent opportunity for a research scholar to publish. This is one of the essential for a growing researcher. That means, whenever a research scholar is starting his work, maybe a PhD scholar or maybe an independent researcher or a young researcher, he has to have new ideas. He has also to have a knowledge about what has been done previously or what is the current technological innovations in the field. So, all these aspects are possible only when you attend frequently the conferences, seminars or symposia. So, it is always advisable to have conference or symposia or seminar participations. This seminar participation will give you an idea about the novelty of research works that are currently being followed, and also it will help you to discuss with the fellow researchers who are actively doing in the particular period, and this will shape the quality of your publication. Maybe you are writing a publication in a one dimension. Attending a conference will give you a confidence that your article is very much relevant to the current situation, or if it needed some kind of refinement, you can also get some information from the conferences, and it will help to fill the gaps for a journal publication. For example, a research scholar who is doing work on some aspect and he is halfway in the research work, he can present his research work in a conference and invite ideas from the fellow researchers. It is always very much appreciable in the scholarly forum that the research discussions are most invited. So, in that case, this way a young researcher or a budding researcher can enhance the quality of his research publication by taking the views of fellow researchers or senior researchers in the chosen field. So, in this information technology era, I deem it as a great importance that the researchers can publish their opinions or research ideas or research information through various social platforms like Facebook or Twitter or Researcher ID, and they can also start their own blog. This is having a very valid usage, that nowadays all the information are stored in the internet. So, you can also have a blog, or you can also have a social page. You can also disseminate the information to the entire world within few minutes. So, this internet gives you this opportunity to communicate your information within no time to the entire world. So, this is very important, like there is no quantitative data is being presented. It is not necessarily that you have to give all the experimental data or experimental evidences or photographs or the complete background of your research information, but you can still post your research opinions or your comments towards particular research, or you can also give the small glimpses of the important aspects of your research. After all, we are promoted by the society. So, all the knowledge what we have presently have comes from the millions years of knowledge gained by our forefathers. So, whatever the knowledge we are getting, we have to give back to the society. So, the research information what you have gathered, or research knowledge what you gain, or the subject knowledge what you have gained, you may also communicate to the entire world in a simpler form. So, these blogs or social websites are one of the major important platforms, so that you can create your research information into a reachable format to the common public. That means you can deliver a public, not all people can deliver public lectures, not all people have the chance to meet the public, not all the people can have the chance to give a very good presentations on the public forum like mass meetings, but still you can do the same thing, the same result can be obtained from publishing in the social websites. Now, we will see little about the various kinds of scientific writings. In the field of science and technology, we have various kind of research communications or research articles. Firstly, regular articles, that means the research articles. Your research can be published as an article with scientific data or scientific photographs or evidences. So, that is called as research article or regular articles. Nextly, you can publish review articles. Review articles are the collection of information or collection of research works done by the other researchers, maybe for a particular period of time, or maybe in the beginning of the scientific research to this current stage. So, the review articles will help you by collecting a large amount of data and giving in a nutshell. So, the review articles also you can publish, and scientific correspondences like small information or a small body of information can be published as a scientific correspondence. And you can also write the letters to the editors. A letter can also be a publication. I would like to quote here a journal called Current Science, which is one of the most valuable journal in the field of scientific research in India, published by Indian Academy of Sciences. They accept letters. For example, if you attend a conference and you find some new information in the conference and you wanted to communicate to the world, you can write a letter to the editor of the Current Science, and that can be published in the Current Science. It is a publication, it creates a discussion. So, letters to the editors are also one of the important kind of publication, I would say. Then you can also publish some of the technical notes. Technical notes means you are finding a small shortcut for a small larger technique, or you are finding a easier way to do a larger work. So, that kind of information maybe these information may not be a very big research solution, but still it is a small step ahead for the technological advancement. It can, those kind of articles can be published as technical notes. And some of the journals are also inviting book reviews. So, there are many books are published in the world. So, not all the books are read by all the people. So, you can also write the review aspect of a particular book. So, you can write about the positive and coverage of the entire book, and that can be published as book reviews in the journals. Like I told you previously, the program summary can also be sent to a journal as a publication. You can also write opinions. For example, a public happening is happened, a political discussion. For example, in the case of biology, sometime back the genetically modified organisms, sometime back the genetically modified organisms was on a discussion. So, in that kind, biological researchers can submit their opinion to a journal about the genetically modified organisms, whether they are acceptable or not acceptable, whatever the opinion may be, but it can be published as opinions can be published as an article. So, there are many web based databases are available for collecting information or to disseminate the information among the community of researchers. They are called as databases. So, there are many databases. For example, American Chemical Society, they have a full text of large volume of articles, and JSTOR is another engineering database, and you have Science Direct, which covers most of the social science as well as technology and engineering research articles. And we have Wiley InterScience, and you have Scopus. It is one of the largest database covering more than 40,000 research journals, which will give you the abstracts of particular articles, and it will also give you the research publication metrics. So, this is one of the important tool nowadays to assess the quality of the research as well as researcher, and also in the larger scale some of the organizations are also now being rated with the Scopus databases. And you have PubMed and other Springer Link. These are some of the examples of scientific and engineering databases available for promoting the research communication. To sum up the entire presentation, I would like to mention few key points. To enhance your publications, always read more, keep always updated. You keep always updated about the happenings in your particular field. You discuss with other researchers, attend conferences, symposia and seminars. This will also help you to keep updated and keep connected with the fellow researchers or to the entire world. Design novelty in research works. This is one of the most important criteria for a very good publication. Most of the journals are now looking for novel kind of researchers. So, you always think that whether your research is a novel one. So, you have to keep in mind that whatever you are doing in the particular field of research should be of little novelty in nature. And use web based tools for enhancing your publication. There are many tools are there for writing the manuscripts or to process the manuscripts also. For example, EndNote is a tool to reference your articles, to give citations to your articles. So, there are some web based databases, web based statistical tools are there. This will also help to improve the quality of your research articles. So, better always use web based tools for enhancing your publication quality. With this short presentation, I would like to emphasize the young researchers or the budding researcher or who are entering into the new field of research to have a wider and thorough knowledge on various publication avenues. You also keep your research ideas updated, and you also have to keep connected to the entire world. So, I wish you all the best and a happy publishing. Thank you all for watching the lecture.